Good morning, friends. It's about 4 in the morning, so don't ask why I'm awake. I haven't been sleeping very well lately. I guess I should be used to it. I spent a lot of my life working nights and graveyards. What was on my mind was confidence. I wanted to talk about it because I think it's important. It's kind of where we left yesterday, where we talked about validation a little bit. And I think it's important to have confidence in the things you do and the person you are. I think it's good to be supportive of your friends and your family and their choices. It doesn't mean you have to agree with all of their choices, but I think you need to support them no matter what it is. I had a really close friend who sent me this quote by Heidi Priya a few weeks ago, and she said, "To love someone long term is to attend 1,000 funerals of the people they used to be. The people they're too exhausted to be any longer. The people they don't recognize inside themselves anymore. The people they grew out of. The people they never ended up growing into. We so badly want the people we love to get their spark back when it burns out, to become speedily found when they are lost. But it is not our job to hold anyone accountable to the people they used to be. It is our job to travel with them between each version and to honor that what emerges along the way. Sometimes it will be an even more luminescent flame, and sometimes it will be a flicker that disappears and temporarily floods the room with a perfect and necessary darkness." And I thought that was important, and that quote definitely touched me, especially when my friend sent it to me, and I've shared it with a few other people, and I know it's touched them as well. When I was young, I got bullied a lot. I'm about Tom Cruise height, so not tall. And I had it kind of rough in elementary school. Not as rough as some people. It's not like I was, um, it's not like I was beat up on a regular basis or anything. But I was on the low end of the totem pole, and I was this little kid, this little short kid for a long time. Shortest in the class until like my junior or senior year, when I finally even got to 5'8", which I was happy about. And I think those things, they affect your confidence long term. They affect who you are, and that carries over into the rest of your life, into the way you treat other people. It all carries over. And so, like I said in yesterday's vlog, I think it's important to surround yourself with people who will who will treat you well. I grew up drawing. I've always been drawn drawn to draw. I've always been an artist. And when I was a kid, my parents they always said, you're gonna work for Disney one day, and you're gonna do all these great things. And you know what? There was a point for a while where it looked like that might actually happen, where I did actually do professional work. I even worked on a couple of, one or two movies in the film industry. I did the 3D models for a couple of things. And then I went on to make some 3D video games. And when that didn't pan out, I went into law enforcement. And that's where my lack of confidence really started to be a detriment to the things I did and the person I was. Because you have to be confident as a police officer. You just cannot bring that lack of confidence with you. It has to just go away. And I couldn't do it. And I think that lack of confidence is one of the big reasons why I failed as a police officer. I mean, there were other contributing factors, but they all were around the lack of confidence. I always always thought I was this ugly short kid, growing up, and it didn't matter how many of my family members. I have beautiful aunts who tell me I'm handsome all the time growing up. But when it comes from your family, it just doesn't mean as much as when it comes from girls and the opposite sex, or whoever you're attracted to. And it took me a long time. I still struggle with it. I would love to say that it's taken me a long time to be confident, but I still struggle with confidence. And I think everybody does. Anyone who tells you that they're comfortable with who they are in their skin, I think they're just full of crap. That's just my honest opinion. But it can hurt your relationships and it can hurt your careers. And I think when we project that lack of confidence onto our significant others because we lack something in ourselves, and then we project that onto them and we bring them down. And I've been guilty of this. We bring the people we love down because we want to feel better about ourselves. You know, and it's not right and it's not okay. We need to recognize that, you know, if we're jealous or we're worried about our significant other, it's probably because we're just lacking that self-confidence. Something I had to do 5 or 6 years ago was start building my wife up. She'd raised 3 beautiful children with me, and it was time for her to shine. And so I made sure we got her back to school, so she went back to college. She got a bachelor's degree. In fact, she's working on her master's degree now. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. You know, it's funny, for as beautiful as my wife is, because I mean, she was by far the best looking woman in my entire high school. I mean, like, how I scored way, way, way out of my league is beyond me, but you know, I'm happy about it. But you know, even that wasn't enough to really help my confidence level. It has to come from within. It has to come from you. It can't come from other people. And I think that's important to remember anyways. I don't want to waffle on too long. I do think there's some truth when they say that we're a combination of the 5 closest people in our lives. And I think it's more than 5. I really do. I think we're a combination of all the people in our lives. So I think it's important to surround ourselves with people who bring us up, but I also think it's important to get constructive criticism. You can't have someone just telling you everything you do is rosy, because you know it's not true, and it's gonna affect you long term in a negative way. But constructive criticism is necessary for our growth. Surrounding yourself with people who have a different opinion than you do, who vote Democrat when you vote Republican, or vice versa. That's who you need in your life. Honestly, I mean, not someone who will tear you down, but someone who will tell you why they think the way they think. Remember, there were 7 billion people who saw the world differently yesterday. I think that's really important. Anyways, I don't want this video to go super long, so I will just, you know, it's 4 in the morning, go back to bed. I guess I'm talking to myself, because by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be daytime. So anyways, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for listening to whatever I had to say. If you stuck around for this 8.5 minutes, then I appreciate you. I love you. I care about you. I care about each other. Love one another. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.